Hey guys, we're back here with Hilary. Yesterday we did some 3-position cleans. It's a really good drill so we can learn where we're at in relation to the bar at each of the positions off the floor, just below the knee, and from the mid-hang. What we want to focus on today is just the first pull of either a clean or a snatch. The first pull off the ground is the exact same in each of them. It's just where our hands are located. Over here you can see the white line represents Hilary's bar path. So we come off the ground, it starts to come back into our body a little bit, and then out and around the knees we jump straight up, big jump shrug, and back down. These red lines, what I want you guys to look for here, this is her shoulder angle coming down here in relation to the bar, her back angle in the startup, and then as we come up and we get to just below the knee position here, that's where her back angle is as we go around the knees. Over on the right here, this is me doing some snatch liftoffs. Like I said, the first pull is the same in the clean and in the snatch, so we don't have to worry too much about the difference there. Just a couple things to focus on though when we get moving on the drills to fix these problems. The first thing we see in this lift is a pretty decent start up here. Get us to where we actually start to come off the ground. The shoulders are a little bit in front of the bar. It's a pretty decent start up. We could probably push the knees back just a tad, but really nothing terrible. Everything looks pretty good. As we start to come up though, you'll see the barbell begins to drift into her body, and then as soon as we start to stand up, we're standing up with our chest instead of driving with the legs, forcing those knees to stay over the toes as opposed to driving back and shifting your weight onto your heels. And as we get to the knee, below the knee position, you can see where that chest angle, this frame right here, from here to here, you'll see that the back angle changes more than anything else in this lift. So what's happening is instead of driving with the legs, floating that bar back into our hips, what we're doing is opening the chest up and lifting with our back instead of our legs. And then as we get further up the lift, the problem continues, the bar drifts out, and Hilary's nice and strong. She's able to pull it back in and make the lift pretty easy, but doesn't get away from the problems that we start with off the ground and how we can get better. Once again, coaching points we want to look at here: off the ground, floating that bar back into our body, so when we get to this just below the knee position, this frame right here is what we really want to focus on, driving with those legs and not lifting with our back here. As far as snatch liftoffs go, we still have, we can compare the two here. What we're looking at is this white line is my bar path off the ground. Notice how that bar floats back into our body. We're shifting our weight from that midfoot back into our heels, loading the hamstrings, and just below the knee is this position here. As far as the shoulders in relation to the barbell, you can see we get set. My back angle is pretty flat, shoulders slightly in front of the barbell is just under our scapula. Everything looks really good here. And as we come up, what we really want to focus on, maintaining those angles, and we come up now. Back angle, if you notice, this line and this line are basically at the exact same angles. This line and this line are at the exact same angles as we were when we took it off the ground. Maintaining the shoulder in relation to the barbell and the back angle and transitioning from the first pull into the second pull is extremely crucial in getting around the knees. These are called snatch liftoffs, clean liftoffs, whatever you want to call them. Just like I said, it's just a matter of where your hands are located. But back stays tight, shoulders slightly in front of the barbell, and we want to shift from that midfoot back into our body just below the knee while maintaining that back position and maintaining that bar underneath our scapula and with the shoulders slightly in front of the bar. When we do these snatch liftoffs, what we're looking for, 3 sets of 5, 3 sets of 3, usually somewhere around 100% of our clean or snatch. And this is a really good thing. We learn how to load our hamstrings from this position. We learn how to keep that back tight. We really learn how to move that bar from the first pull into the second pull. We're actually going to break this series down into 3 different parts since she did 3 position cleans yesterday. We'll come back with the second position just below the knee, and then we'll get her into the hang and see what that third pull looks like as well. Just to summarize though, floating that bar back into the body, keeping that back angle, drive with the legs. You can see how from here to here that chest flies up and that bar starts to shift out and around our knees instead of over here where we're shifting back into our knees and maintaining that back angle. See you guys with part 2 tomorrow.